the Seahawks. And with that, we'll send you up to the Pacific Northwest and CenturyLink Field in Seattle, home of the 12s. We'll welcome in our broadcast team with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Evergreen State and CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Houston Texans and the Seattle Seahawks. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And left side here, it's Graham. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Play clock winding down. Here's Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. For Rawls, they're going to need to figure something out going into the playoffs because you look back to Week 15, 21 carries, 34 yards. That has to improve if they want to make a run.
I agree totally with that because even though they have switched to Russell Wilson being the focal point of their offense, running the ball is still their bread and butter. And if they have Thomas Rawls at peak efficiency, then the Seahawks are really ready to go. But the Rams' defensive front, when they're at their best, 3 first-rounders up front, hard to move it against them.
That's very true, and that's who he was going against in Week 15. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now Wilson on second down. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
On second down, Wilson. Wilson snags it left side. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Big jumbo! Big jumbo! Big jumbo!
They run with a power back. Rawls. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Throwing is Wilson. That's caught at the 3. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Luke Wilson, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's Savage on first down. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll be good for a Houston first.
Got it now. Lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot.
On first down, Savage. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. On 2nd and 10, Savage. This one completed to Keith Mumphrey. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
So here we go, a third down after the second down pass completion. Savage on third. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Now a handoff to Miller. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. To throw on second down is Savage. Complete to Mumphrey. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Savage wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And finding Fedorowicz. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. They go back to the ground now with Miller. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Second down following the run.
Here we go now.
Again, it's Miller. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd, Savage. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have?
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And here come the Seahawks. They won the NFC West, wrapping it up in Week 15. They've won it 4 out of the last 5 years, Charles. And what New England has been able to do has dwarfed everything else. But that's a pretty good run out west, is it not?
It's a fantastic run because, remember, we were talking about the NFC West being the most competitive division in football for about a 3-year stretch there between them and San Francisco. Remember, the Rams played all of them tough. Arizona got involved in the whole deal. So it's a great run by them. And they don't believe that they're finished, not by any stretch of the imagination. They're looking to get one of the home field advantages in the playoffs.
Now Wilson on first down. Complete outright to Kurz. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. And there, the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent recognition of the man coverage, and they found the guy who could win downfield.
Here's Wilson. They set up the screen to Rawls. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. So a minute 55 to go in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. So a 1st down and 5 for the offense. Following the penalty, it's Rawls. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas Rawls, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for 2nd down.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice...
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. To throw on 2nd down is Savage. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll get it up here this time. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. Now Savage. And this one complete to Will Fuller. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Detroit! Detroit! Let's go!
They are going to go. It's Savage. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Savage on first. And he's got him over the middle. Fedorowicz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On first down, it's Savage. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.